Hi, Craig. Welcome. Thank you for presenting today at the 10 Bound Conference. Ladies
Great,
and
thank you.
gentlemen.
It's great to be here.
All right.
Can you hear and see me okay? We're ready to go.
Yep, sure can. Thank you.
Okay, great. Give it a second just for people to join or watching. Welcome everyone. Glad you could join us. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Excited to kick into this. Great. We've got a great group joining. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go. So, welcome everyone. Really excited for the conversation today. My name is Craig Hanson. I do market strategy at Gong. And in particular, I'm part of our Revenue Center of Excellence team, which works with top executives at our largest customers and prospects as their partner to help them drive the revenue impact that they want. So today, I'm going to share some of the insights from the data, the best practices, some of the latest AI innovations I see across the market and the leading companies we work with. By the end, I think you'll come away with some new ideas and some tangible solutions that you can apply to your own goals and objectives. And then at the end, we'll use the chat function to open up and have some time for a Q&A at the end. So let's go ahead and kick off. So let's start with what everybody's talking about and hearing these days, which is AI. No matter where you turn, CNBC, other news media, or social feeds, AI is pretty much everywhere. So, in fact, AI is so mainstream, is the only thing searched for more than Taylor Swift in 2023. Good little fact. But the AI buzz isn't just headlines. The market is actually backed by huge investments. Statista projects the AI market is going to near $2 trillion within the next 6 years. So, why all the buzz and investment? It's because of that potential for transformation, not just incremental transformation, but really a huge stair step in the capabilities we're able to unlock across all industries, all company functions. The potential of AI, if done right, is truly massive. In particular, AI can help drive three big areas of impact: productivity, predictability, and growth. As revenue leaders, a lot of us are looking for exactly this kind of transformation. We're coming out of a tougher year, and we want to execute on our most critical goals and objectives for this year. But as revenue leaders, we're also facing some headwind challenges. There are challenges in productivity, where 77% of a seller's time is spent on non-selling activities, according to Forrester's estimate. We're facing challenges in the predictability, where recently 72% of companies missed their forward guidance. And we're facing challenges in growth, with SaaS companies achieving only 34 to 37% of their targets recently. So we've got some headwinds to deal with, and it raises the pertinent question. We're looking at these problems. Can AI actually help? Or is it really just a lot of buzz and hype? So that's exactly what we wanted to learn. And so we got our Gong Labs data science team to help. Our Gong Labs team recently concluded an analysis of more than 1 million sales opportunities across over 1,400 Gong customers. For the analysis, our researchers looked at three key AI capabilities. And then we compared deals where Gong's AI functionality was used by the selling team compared to those where it wasn't. So what did we find? Here are the 3 areas that we specifically tested. First, Gong's generative AI email composer, which uses Gong's deep understanding of what works and what doesn't in customer interactions to produce highly personalized and relevant emails in a fraction of the time it normally takes to draft an email from scratch. Second, we looked at customers who are using our proprietary smart trackers. The smart trackers go far beyond what you're probably used to seeing, which is tracking of simple keywords. So smart trackers actually understand at the concept level what's being discussed across the hundreds or thousands of interactions and data signals that could be occurring. So it's not just looking at, say, words like value or cost or budget, but really able to understand all the different ways it could be said. Is that dialogue occurring? What does it mean? How is it going? Much deeper context. This way you can really know what's being discussed in all of these interactions. For instance, is the new sales narrative that you rolled out actually being adopted by the field? Are those best practices that you just trained the GTM Oregon being utilized in your sales process? Or what customer objections or resonance are coming up in all of these interactions? Third, we looked at 2 features that are driving growth. First, customers using Gong's Ask Anything feature that enables teams to ask any question they want about deals, accounts, or specific contacts to get instant visibility and assessment. And second, customers using Gong's AI-generated to-do lists, tied to actions that we know generate results for you to ensure that those critical actions are never forgotten. So let's take a look at the findings. First, let's start with one of the big productivity challenges that we're seeing. Reps spend on average 12 hours every week just writing emails. 12 hours. What if we could cut that number in half? So our research found that since February of 2023, there's been a 464% increase in the number of emails that teams are composing using Gong's generative AI. Forrester estimates that Gen AI's impact on productivity is approximately 50%. So that's roughly 6 hours per rep per week. So customers using Gong's AI email composer from Gong are able to free up that 6 hours every week. That's a lot more time to spend actually selling and a huge productivity lift. Next, a key to unlocking value of AI is our depth of understanding. By deeply understanding what's being discussed in all the customer and prospect interactions and what it means, Gong's AI, through those smart trackers that I mentioned, can surface the key moments that are occurring in customer interactions throughout a deal cycle. It can highlight, say, competitive mentions, what's being discussed about pricing. Are we doing a good job of cross-selling our multi-product platform? When sellers are using Gong Smart Tracker's functionality, their win rate was 35% higher. Next, in one of our previous Gong Labs studies, we found that 45% of reps told us that one or more of their critical action items slipped through the cracks each week. Sellers, as we all know, are clearly burdened with a lot of tasks these days, and it's common for those critical next actions to get lost. So Gong's AI can also recommend and prioritize reps' next best actions that we know lead to successful outcomes. The average win rate when they did so increased by a whopping 50% in deals where reps completed all of those Gong AI recommended to-dos versus those who didn't. Finally, how can we sort through the complexity of a deal across the hundreds of calls, emails, and other data points to know what's going on and what's needed? The old way was managers would listen to hours of calls and read hundreds of emails and CRM entries, trying to piece it all together to get up to speed. The new way is with Gong's Ask Anything feature. Managers, reps, or leaders can now use quick start prompts to ask any question, get up to speed, get insights into what's working, what's not, and know what to do about it. When Gong's Ask Anything functionality is used in a deal, win rates increased by 26%. So we're already seeing real revenue impact that leading companies are getting by leveraging AI. That potential to drive big revenue results is real. As revenue leaders, though, how do we harness AI so that it actually delivers consistent and meaningful results? Importantly, what does it take in a revenue tech platform to be able to actually make AI effective? And this is a point worth emphasizing to pause here, because not all AI is created equal. And you're probably seeing this in a variety of products out there. It takes something more for AI to be really effective for us in revenue organizations. I'll walk through now how we approach that at Gong. Here's what we've done to actually build that from the ground up and make AI effective. Gong helps you operationalize AI through our revenue intelligence platform. Gong, as many of you know, pioneered and leads the market in revenue intelligence. And the key for Gong was that it was built as an AI first company for revenue. That's our unique foundation and strength in AI that powers vastly different capabilities that actually drive real revenue impact. I'll show you how we do that. So first, you have to start by capturing all the right data, right? For years, sales leaders have preached, if you didn't log in the CRM, it didn't happen. But the CRM is only capturing a little sliver of what's going on. An average sales rep's conversation with a prospect is 3,000 words. And how many of those make it into a CRM entry? You can drop your answers or guesses into the chat. I'll tell you in a second. So out of an average 3,000 words, how many make it into a CRM entry? It's about 30. So that's roughly 1%. That means even if we log the data into the CRM, we're still missing more than 99% of the picture. So CRM gets us 1%, but the key information isn't just that a call or email occurred or a seller's few words describing their opinion of how it went. The golden source of what's really going on is the qualitative side. It's what's actually being discussed in all those calls and email messages and how all that's working. That's why Gong's revenue intelligence really starts with that foundation of the customer interactions. That's how Gong is able to give us really 100x more data than we're getting out of the CRM. So here's how that's built up. The first is unlocking that customer interaction data set. So capturing activities, sure, capturing the information that's in the CRM, but then adding in that customer interaction layer. That's really the golden source if we want to know how deals are progressing, how people are performing and moving those deals forward. And in fact, Gong has captured and analyzed more than 3 billion customer interactions. Second is that key layer where we've got the AI depth of understanding. And this is a good place to focus because we're not just using the public models. That gets a basic level of understanding. But Gong has built 40 plus proprietary AI models. And importantly, we're not just training those models on the generic information on the web. It's all focused on revenue specific transactions. That's how you're able to make it much more accurate, relevant, and effective for your teams. That's what enables, for instance, some of those key differences like smart trackers that I mentioned, where you can really have that concept level understanding. The result is Gong is able to deliver 2x more accuracy than off-the-shelf models. So what does that mean? Imagine getting deal insights that are inaccurate. For example, flagging a delay in a deal. Other systems aren't able to understand the difference between a real delay, like a customer expressing budget constraints, and a customer literally just saying the word delay because they were late to the meeting. So Gong's AI model goes beyond keywords to understand the concepts and would be able to identify what's really going on. Then our analytics layer allows us to derive the insights and actions easily out of all that data and put those directly into the workflows and action items of our reps, our managers, and our leaders. And then this is really what drives the value of Gong's products for conversation intelligence, for forecasting, and for sales engagement. So this is what delivers those business outcomes that we as leaders care about in those three key areas. For productivity, now we can start to see the difference, say, all right, what is it that really defines our top performers from our middle performers? And how do we coach more of our middle performers to move up into that top category? It helps us drive predictability, where now, instead of just looking at activity signals or what's been coded into the CRM, we can see what are the risks that may be coming up or the opportunities we see out of those interactions, depending on what those prospects are telling us, the information they're giving us. That should inform our forecast as well. And third, it impacts the way we can look at growth, really with a better way to do sales engagement. Instead of just the older mass spray and pray model of pushing out tons of emails, which everyone has pretty much learned to ignore at this point, you're able to do it using that depth of understanding in a much more intelligent, personal, and relevant way. That's a new way to go about doing sales engagement. Importantly, these aspects are used across all different functions in companies. So across leaders and their teams in sales, RevOps, in the COO's office, enablement, also CS, product marketing. Everyone can take advantage of that depth of understanding and all that we're able to do with it. So you want to see some examples of what that AI looks like today? I can share with you 3 examples of different product capabilities we've released and we have customers actually getting a real impact from AI on today. And then I'll show you a quick snippet of what that looks like live. So first, Gong has released AI-powered sales playbooks that help improve sales process execution. What it means is that with Gong, you can build right into your deal board the specific sales methodology you use. So for us, we use MEDPIC. And then Gong's AI uses its deep understanding to automatically assess whether each specific criteria has been met, fill in those fields, or suggest those to the reps. So now reps and managers can clearly see what key steps need to be done next. Are we on track in implementing those best practices and following our sales methodology across the organization? And we can instantly get the view to see, is this deal on track, or how do we get it back on track? Next, Gong uses its expertise in generative AI to help you easily create emails that are more effective. So this means that Gong's Gen AI can create emails that are personalized, intelligent, and relevant, pulling in context from that account, the interactions, call summaries, best practices. And importantly, this continues throughout the sales cycle. It's not just the initial ping. Gong can automatically help draft follow-up and response emails using the context and intelligence and learnings from those prior conversations. Next, Gong has released an Ask Anything capability, which allows anyone to ask a question in natural language and get instant answers. So you can ask anything about a call, such as, what problem is the customer trying to solve? What did they say that they expect from our product? Or what's their budget? Now you can even go further. You can ask anything about an entire deal or account across all the interactions, across hundreds of calls or emails and other messages. What is their decision-making criteria? Have we adequately explained our multi-product platform? You can even ask, is this deal likely to close? And now you can also ask anything about a contact to get background and insights to make your communication more effective. So instantly, I use this every day across these different features. I'm able to get instant visibility, quick perspective, ask the questions, rather than pouring through hundreds or thousands of data points and trying to piece it all together. So I want to see what this looks like live in the product. Here's a 2-minute video we can show, and I'll walk you through some of that. And then we'll break for some questions as we wrap up here in a second.
In the next few minutes, we'll see how AI can help every level of the organization, from leaders to reps to managers. Let's start with the leader. She's preparing for a meeting to help close a high priority opportunity. Using our AI-powered platform, she can start with forecast analytics to quickly see the highest value deals at risk that she should focus her time and energy on. Rather than opening up a dozen tabs in her CRM, she can get all the information she needs to prepare for the meeting in one place, thanks to Gong. Gong's AI-based deal likelihood scores predictive deals are going to close based off positive and negative signals, such as interaction data, customer sentiment in emails, CRM information, and so much more. Here in the activity timeline, she can see the entire history of her rep's interactions with this customer. Rather than spending time digging into these email threads or listening to past calls, she can ask anything to instantly identify the key players involved in the deal and understand their primary pain points. With this information, it makes it easy for her or anyone else on the team to get refreshed on the status of this account and understand the next steps to win the deal in a fraction of the time. Now, let's see how AI can help sellers manage daily tasks efficiently, prioritize, and avoid getting overwhelmed. Our AI to-do list reminds reps to follow up with accounts after a meeting to keep the momentum. From the AI to-do, the rep can generate a follow-up email in a few clicks in Email Composer. There's even multiple options for the reps to get started. Reps often manage multiple accounts and communicate with several contacts within each account. This can be time-consuming when trying to personalize outreach and engage in impactful multi-threading. With Gong's AI, reps can ask any question about their contacts in the sidebar and instantly get the insights they need to create more targeted and effective emails for their prospects. With AI-powered tools like To-Dos, Email Composer, and Ask Anything, your reps can streamline their workflows to generate and convert more pipeline. And finally, let's see how AI can help managers stay on top of their team's deals and ensure that they're following the right process every time. One of the most important things managers can do to ensure their team is performing is to track whether or not their team is following the sales process. Our deal board and AI playbook allows managers to see if they are following MEDDIC or any other sales methodology. Our AI extracts and surfaces evidence of each category. Let's take a look at Bitforge. We only have one contact involved, and if I click, I can see that my rep thinks Peter, the one contact, is the signer. But I know from Gong's warnings that Peter isn't the right seniority to sign. This is something I need to coach on to make sure that my team is applying the methodology correctly. As a manager, I can also use smart trackers to ensure that the concepts that matter most to the business are addressed in meetings. After a call is identified by a smart tracker, managers can score the call in seconds and see if the rep asked good questions or did a good job handling common objections like pricing. With Gong's AI-powered platform, every level of the organization can collaborate seamlessly to achieve revenue success.
All right, great.
In the next few minutes, we'll
move. All right, so hopefully that was fun to see some of the latest innovations coming out in AI and what we're doing. So we're really just getting started. In the very near future, we're going to fully automate even more of those critical workflows and drive those business outcomes we've been talking about. We're really moving to full automation, where Gong is always on in the background, automating the mundane administrative tasks, surfacing the insights and those next best actions to help revenue teams succeed. And all of this innovation is driven by Gong's vision, and we deliver on that vision daily by serving our raving fans. So together, we're really leading a new era of revenue transformation. This unlocks a lot of those AI capabilities and potential that we were talking about at the beginning. Again, not all AI is created equal, but when you leverage it right, when you have the right platform, systems, and processes in place, we're already seeing leading companies be able to take transformative steps and get real revenue impact in what they're doing. So thanks everyone for joining us today. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We'll look at that now and I'll just answer those live. But really appreciate everyone's time. Look forward to the great discussion. Glad to see so many people joining this conversation. I'll also drop into the chat now a couple places, the couple of the links where you can connect or learn more, if that's helpful. All right. Thanks, David, for the question. So the question is, if you have Gong installed and also have a sales engagement platform, do you need both? The short answer is no, not anymore. If you still use another sales engagement platform, you can use that well. Gong integrates with a number of things. We have 150 different third-party applications that have built onto the Gong platform as that main revenue platform. So we've got those integrations working if you want to keep using that. But we really do feel like using this new depth of understanding and all the AI innovation we talked about, we really transformed how you're able to do sales engagement. So it's really moving away from that old approach of the static cadences, that mass automation that's not that effective anymore for the prospecting side and certainly for the reps, and continuing that conversation and really approach it a different way. So it is one of the ways that companies that continue to build upon Gong are able to consolidate their revenue tech stack, streamline their operations, make things simpler for the reps, not have more swivel chair, but also just get more business impact out of the systems they're using by having the insights and actions flow more cohesively across all of them. Great. Any other questions that we can address today? Anyone go ahead and pop it into the Q&A. Otherwise, we'll wrap here in a second. I look forward to connecting with anyone. Let me know how we can be helpful. You can contact me through LinkedIn there. The email address is there as well. Great. All right. Thanks, everyone, for the time today and the discussion. Look forward to chatting with you. And again, reach out if you'd like to learn more or just personally connect. Take care and have a great day.